so grateful to be here. Thank you to the Venture Cafe team, Alexis, Alex, Sarah, so many people behind the scenes making this possible, and what great time it is to be in a place where the road less traveled. We're all here together in it. So excited to talk to you today about what Chris and I have been working on the last couple of years. We want to walk through a little bit of our history and mission and some frameworks that we've been using to community build, talk about our traction and roadmap, and then the upcoming Tech Talent Summit that's coming November 6th and 7th. I grew up in Connecticut, Italian immigrant family, moved to Arizona in 2004 when I was working in the corporate relocation and moving space. Had an opportunity to co-found a company that got to Series B. And I also lived in San Francisco and Miami during that time. I moved back here in 2022. And was kind of on this journey of reinventing myself and really finding the highest and best use. So Freeway was really born out of the community, sitting in the room with a lot of founders and investors and hearing where some of the gaps were in the ecosystem, and it was all around access. So it's like we needed a new freeway, and that's really how we got started. I also am an ecosystem builder, angel investor, and startup advisor, and I'm the primary parent of two amazing little boys.
And then I'm Chris Fox. I'm born and raised in Arizona. Had a ag tech startup called Bandbox Produce from like 2016 to 2020. Unfortunately, COVID wiped us out. People were stopped buying food basically, and we were bootstrapped. At the time, there wasn't any venture capital out here. So, being a first-time founder, young founder, it's very difficult to raise money. But we grew with sales. We were up to like just over 600K annual recurring revenue, so we were on our way. When COVID struck, we were transitioning our 1099s and our interns over to W-2 employees, so I'm crash coursing myself and all the HR compliance bylaws and all that stuff. And you hear all these horror stories about W-2s, really, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, so did that. Business ended up going under. Lived in mortgages for a few years, kind of got out of the tech ecosystem for a little bit. And then when rates went up, killed that business as well. That's what kind of led me to what I do now during the day. So I do HR tech consulting for startup founders that are growing here in Arizona to help them see around corners that I couldn't see around, help mitigate the learning curve that I had to go through. That's really what drives my passion for that space. I never would have thought that I would have been in HR. But anyway, so that's what I do during the day. On the side, Daniela and I were fortunate enough to connect last year. When I was in the midst of planning Startup World Cup for the first time, so September of last year, about a year ago. Just reconnected with a buddy that I played football with in high school, Chaparral, became a partner at a VC firm in San Francisco that helped launch this global program. Looked at it as an opportunity to bring some new capital sources to Arizona and help mitigate the problems that I had to deal with as a startup founder as well. Throughout that process, was able to connect with Daniela. Had a few really good events. We're excited for November. Kind of a small world. Turned out Daniela's known my mom for like 20 years. She's also on this relocation. So just one of those things, But yeah, happy to be here. Thank you, everybody. And I'll get back to Daniela.
So one of the main assets that we have on our website with the support of GPEC, the City of Phoenix, and the Flint Foundation was really to bring to life this dashboard. So the ecosystem dashboard is one link access that's really giving you a lay of the land to all of the investment activity that's happening here, startups and active investors, funding rounds. You can see it on our website, freewayphx.com. And really, our mission is around amplifying and aggregating this information so that we can have be the most accessible large market startup ecosystem in the country, which we really believe we can be. So this dashboard has been growing year over year. We have over 2,000 users, over 200 views per day, and growing. So definitely access that. There's a lot of people who are using this for lead gen, for investor outreach, etc. Okay, so just wanted to touch on some of the frameworks that we've been using. Anyone know Brad Feld, co-founder of Techstars? He's actually from Tucson, Arizona. He was out here a couple of months ago meeting with us, and Startup Communities is a book that has been our Bible, I would say, the last couple of years as we're building. And there's 4 really important principles that we use here around strong leadership and community-led efforts. So, in order to put on Venture Cafe and other things, right, it's the community that's really leading initiatives, and that's really near and dear to our heart with a lot of the volunteers who have come in to help put things together and really having the founder-led component. You know, when founders are building, they know grassroots how to get things done and be really agile about it. So that's another part of the ethos that we're building here. The second is the founder-centric and inclusive aspect. So hearing people say like Freeway is founders utopia, we really are being intentional on how we're creating access points to talent, capital, and community. Continuous active engagement. So if you haven't been to a tech mixer at Kiln and Biltmore, you have to catch the next one. It'll be in October. We're doing these monthly. So we know the importance of consistency. Like Thursdays, this is the spot to be. We're also doing some things in that regard. Our Tech Talent Summits happen twice a year as well. And then long-term commitment. We're not building to have it just be something that's going to live and then shortly thereafter die. We have a 10-year plan. We have a long-term vision for what we want to have happen here and a lot of support behind it. All right, a little bit of our history. So we launched in 2024. That's when the dashboard got launched as well. And then our first Tech Talent Summit was at the Arbor in Tempe. It was really incredible. It was our first time. We didn't really know what we were doing. Tranuel was one of our co-hosts down there, and we had over 250 attendees. So who was there at the first one? Were you there? No? I thought you were. Okay. That's right. Jonathan was there. So we've had a handful of people who have been to all three, and it's just really great to see the iterations. Were you there? Justin was there. That's right. It counts. You were there. Yes, absolutely. Then we went to Galvanize about a year ago and had over 450 attendees there. So we're just really seeing that there's pent-up demand in the market for these types of activations to occur. And because it's talent, capital, and community, there's something for everyone there. So it's been really fun designing these programs. The last one was at the Next Space in Scottsdale. Beautiful venue. If you haven't been there, highly recommend it. We intentionally made that one a little bit smaller, saving our energy for what's happening in November. So we're going to talk more about that. All right, so save the date, November 6th and 7th. The theme this year is People First, Work Rewired. Let's face it, the job market right now is a little crazy. The candidate experience is even crazier. And we really want to have a people-first approach as it relates to connecting innovation to opportunity. So right now, our big focus is getting companies to sign up that are hiring. Our goal is to get 70% startups and 30% corporations. So there's really something for everyone there. We're about a quarter of the way there for signups, and fresh off the press, Venture HR is going to be sponsoring the next 10 companies that sign up to get a free exhibitor ticket. It's $300 to get a table, but Venture HR is covering the next 10. So if you know companies that are hiring 5 or more people over the next 6 months, you will be qualified to be able to exhibit at the career fair segment.
I alluded to it earlier. Startup workout just sort of happened naturally. It's one of those synchronistic type of things. I had a buddy that I played football with in high school. I became a partner at Pegasus Tech Ventures. They launched this program about 5 years ago, with not really the intention for it to become the world's biggest pitch competition, but since then that's what it's done. It's in over 130 cities this year. So bringing it to Arizona, it just felt like a really good opportunity for savvy founders to kind of work, swim upstream, if you will, and establish some new capital connections and bring those to the valley. Rising tide raises all boats. That's how it goes. So yeah, we launched last year. So the winner from each city then goes to San Francisco. Every year in October is when they do the final round. That's why it's called Startup World Cup. Winner of that final round gets $1 million investment from Pegasus Tech Ventures. So honestly, it's a really great platform for making connections, finding business partners, finding mentors, coaches, things like that. With the added kicker of potentially winning $1 million. So we do have applications open for the upcoming event in November. If you guys are interested at all and want to apply, just come find me after this talk, and I'll share the link with you. It can also be found on Freeway's website. And let's see if I touched it all. Yeah, that's it. How much money they got to win again? $1 million. $1 million.
That's a lot of money, yeah, I'll take that.
All right, so day one of the summit is focused on talent. We're going to have opening remarks from Jack Selby, Jenna Wire, and many others. We're going to have the first panel really around building the tech talent nucleus in Phoenix. Jessica Pacheco, Don Foch, Tracy Lee, Robert Vera, not Berry, sorry. Names that you're all familiar with, and incredible people who are making massive impact with really creating that tech talent nucleus so that at the end of the day, startups, CEOs that are scaling have access to grab the right talent when they need it, with a big focus on sales and engineering. Keynote to be announced, and then we'll have industry-specific breakout tracks. So for this summit, we're being really intentional around defense tech, health tech, software, and AI. We think we're making big bets in those areas. So the exhibit call for the careers will be centered around those companies, as will the thought leadership tracks. Afternoon sessions, and then the career fair from 3 to 5 p.m. And then there's a lot of other stuff happening after that, which we'll touch on.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Isn't Jack Sullivan the PayPal guy?
Yes, he's the ex-co-founder of PayPal.
Does he still have high frequency production?
He does.
Okay.
Yes,
I
and he has.
went to dinner with a group of his friends years ago.
Okay, amazing. And he has AZVC, the largest venture capital fund here.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So day 2 is focused on capital, and Chris will be taking the lead on that. We're going to have Aaron Favreau give a State of Arizona Venture Capital to kick off that day, and then we'll have some more thought leadership panels around globally scaling and fundraising. We're having some partners from London, from Montenegro, and other countries coming in for this one, since there's international focus as well. We'll talk more about that. And then each night, we are having evening activations at Player 15 headquarters. If you haven't been there, it's an amazing venue. It's the new Suns headquarters and training facility, so it's a very cool modular space. The area that we were in last year, this is actually like on a basketball court. So we have live music, food, beverages, just more networking. So night 1 is going to be the official chapter of Tech Arizona Advocates. We started a new chapter. We're now the 45th chapter of Global Tech Advocates, which is a 10-year nonprofit. The CEO of that organization, Russ Shaw, actually graduated from Saguaro High School, lives in London now, and started this organization. So he'll be out here. He's really keen to help grow the Arizona ecosystem. So we'll be having the official launch that evening. If you get a ticket, all the evening stuff is free. Collaboration partners, Phoenix Sister Cities, Global Chamber, GPEC, and we welcome any other global organizations in town that would like to collaborate with us on that. And then night 2, of course, will be Startup Go Club, where we will announce the top 3 winners and who's going to San Francisco for $1 million. And like I said, live music, entertainment, it's a really good time, so pencil it in. Real quick on our ecosystem reach and impact. So if you're not signed up for our newsletter, be sure to do that. It goes out every 2 weeks, and we're really trying to aggregate a lot of the startup news that's happening, the venture capital activity, and of course more about the Tech Talent Summit. Our social media reach, thanks to many of our great partners, we're able to continue to expand that and amplify stories. So we now have people who are contributing and writing to our blog. If anyone wants to write a piece, you're more than welcome to. We want to really amplify and share a lot of the stories that are happening here. And then of course the ecosystem dashboard, which we talked about, which continues to grow. Okay, future roadmap, storytelling and visibility. There's many amazing organizations that are helping to tell Phoenix on a global scale. We want to help amplify that as well. So we'll continue with storytelling and visibility, more founder support and job seeker support. So we just launched startup talent support workshops at Kiln. Jonathan was there and some others, really talking about how to break into a startup role. Interviewing is different. There's so many things that are different, and we really want to help you prepare to get ready for your next chapter. City partnerships, we have a partnership with the City of Phoenix, Avondale, and Scottsdale. We just had an event in Avondale. Last week, over 60 people came out. There was 3 AI founders. It was really incredible, so we want to continue to expand with different cities, again, highlighting the entrepreneurs within their ecosystem, doing mixers, getting the mayor connected, doing CEO roundtables, and really being able to help bolster and grow local ecosystems as well. And then we continue to form strategic partnerships, so we welcome any conversations with other companies there. Okay, and then lastly, our goal is really to engage the entire innovation stack, is the way that we call it, and it's been really fun preparing for this next summit in November and seeing a lot of companies leaning into, okay, yes, we're a corporation, but we want to be involved. Yes, we're a startup that's small, but we want to be involved. How do we get involved? So it's really been great kind of having this array of companies being able to help with what we believe is that matters is breaking down the silos, elevating our ecosystem vibrancy, decreasing the brain drain of talent that's leaving the state and hoping that more will stay here and be able to work at the next startup that is going to grow and hopefully exit.